So at last, Joe Biden was finally told who his VP is going to be. And it's none other than Kamala Harris. As if we couldn't have figured that out. I guess when you limit your options to who has black skin and a vagina between their legs, it really cuts the list of candidates down. I mean, when he originally said he wanted a woman as his running mate, he had people like Amy Klobuchar, Kirsten Gillibrand, or at the very least, Pocahontas Elizabeth Warren. They all seem like much better picks than Kamala. Certainly far less insufferable and way less baggage. I mean, Biden has enough problems trying to remember his own baggage without trying to handle hers.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. That is why we put them in dormitories, and they have a resident assistant. They make really bad decisions.
But with Black Lives Matter being a hot-button issue, best roll out a black woman to show you understand their plight, even if Kamala Harris doesn't really have that quote-unquote black experience. You know, having a mother from India and a father from Jamaica. A father that happens to also claim they're family-owned slaves. But that's nothing to worry about. Those weren't American slaves, so no one cares. Besides, if she was voting for Biden, I guess that makes her black in his book.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
So who knows, maybe old Joe felt he had to pick a black woman to show he wasn't a racist. I mean, the media practically called every Democrat voter a racist when she was forced to finally drop out of the primaries. Perhaps Kamala is one of the notable exceptions Biden was talking about.
Yes, and by the way, what you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African-American community with notable exceptions.
So he felt she was qualified to help him oversee the country, like she oversaw all those prisoners she was keeping locked up as slave labor for the state of California. In all seriousness, I doubt Joe Biden actually picked her. I mean, she's just the token diverse candidate that ticks the two boxes that the Democrat Party cares about more than actual character. Being black and being a woman. If she's the one the DNC wants to stand in the spotlight when somebody is finally forced to wheel Joe Biden off the stage, then so be it. I mean, they're going to have the media doing overtime to cover up or just straight up ignore all the history she has as the AG in California. I guess it works well enough with the defund the police crowd. She can stand shoulder to shoulder with them while counting the seconds until she gets the power to haul them all off to jail. Because she certainly seems to love throwing people in jail and keeping them there. I mean, she wanted to prosecute parents for truancy and laughed about it.
And I believe a child going without an education is tantamount to a crime. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy. Well, this was a little controversial in San Francisco. And frankly, my staff went bananas. They were very concerned because we didn't know at the time whether I was going to have an opponent in my re-election race. But I said, look, I'm done. This is a serious issue, and I've got a little political capital, and I'm going to spend some of it. And this is what we did. We recognized that in that initiative, as a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick. The school district has got a carrot. Let's work in tandem around our collective objective and goal, which is to get those kids in school. So, to that end, on my letterhead, now let me tell you something about my letterhead. When you're the DA of a major city in this country, usually the job comes with a badge. And there is often an artistic rendering of said badge on your stationery. So, I sent a letter out on my letterhead to every parent in the school district, outlining the connection that was statistically proven between elementary school truancy, high school dropouts, who will become a victim of crime, and who will become a perpetrator of crime. We sent it out to everyone. A friend of mine actually called me and he said, Kamala, my wife got the letter. She freaked out. She brought all the kids into the living room, held up the letter, said, if you don't go to school, Kamala's going to put you and me in jail. Yes, we achieved intended effect.
In the end, this is who Joe Biden is running with, and Democrat voters have to go with it. I mean, they have a senile old racist who Kamala herself insinuated was racist, as well as someone who sexually harasses women and little girls, who Kamala even said she believed the women accusing Biden.
I believe them, and I respect them being able to tell their story and having the courage to do it.
Even with those two issues, I guess Kamala said, sign me up. I mean, maybe she doesn't mind getting her hair sniffed. So these two seem like a wonderful pair that I personally hope will finally drive the Democrat Party to ruin. Because if they think these two are the best they've got and people are actually going to get enthused by them, they've lost their minds worse than Joe Biden has. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. You can find more of my opinions over on my Minds page. You can also find me on Parler and Twitter. Links for everything will be in the description, of course. Thanks again, and God bless.